Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers showcase video. In today's video I am once again taking a look at one of your designs that you have linked me in the comment section of one of my videos. And for today we're looking at something rather odd. It took me by surprise, but it turned out to be a very good surprise. And this one is called the DR Titan, which is this giant magnificent thing right here. So it's basically a giant floating ominous trade station for you to have in your world. There is a lot of empty spaces on this ship, so you will need to flesh it out yourself with some DLC decoration stuff, or perhaps some of the modded decoration stuff to make it look even better. So when I first saw this, I really didn't know what I was getting into when I loaded it into this world, but it's just a large mobile trading station basically. So let's start by pressing F10 and finding it in the spawn menu. There it is. This large ship is not 122,000 blocks, but it does require the decorative block DLC pack. This ship is 20,496 large blocks. It does have a projector on there, so that's why it's miscounting the blocks. So let's start by going around the outside, then we'll take a look on the interior and go through everything on this ship. So starting at, well, I don't actually know where to start on this ship. I suppose we'll start down here. So starting at the very bottom of the front, we've got a small mail slot that's very akin to the Elite Dangerous mail slots where you have to fly your ships through and hope you don't hit the sides. Yes, it is quite a large little area for you to have a ship in. You can fit multiple fighters, a few miners in here if you wanted to. There is no connectors to connect up to, so you will be relying on your landing gear to make sure it's locked in place. Coming out of this, and we'll return to that later on, and moving on up, we've got a grey block, some yellow stripes going all the way up with some black and purple here and there. Over here where I am standing, we've got a bunch of utility stuff in the form of antenna, beacon, laser antenna, and 3 ore detectors that just sit cozily in this little hole. As we move up past these little black stripes on the side, we come to this window piece right here, which is where you're going to have your food, your little meetings, and for your crew to sleep in. And if we move up and above that, this is office room where we have our CEO who will sit on there and talk to the employees. As we move further up the body, we come past some more yellow stripes all the way to the top where we don't have too much to talk about. If we come down the back of the ship, there is not much to talk about other than the purple stripe that goes straight through the middle. Coming down and underneath it, we got lots and lots of landing gear. If I was to tilt my camera through here, you'll see just how many landing gear there actually are. So there we are, we have an army of landing gear at your disposal. So we then come around the side over to here, one of our wings. They just come straight off the body. We can come outside here through the door. There is a connector underneath there, which will then come all the way across to the turret right here. So that is how the hydrogen is getting its ice, and how the turret is getting its ammunition. We've got some purple, we've got some black, we've got some more grey blocks, plenty of hydrogen thrusters on there, 2 turrets. Yes, that is about it. Coming up the side of the body, we've got then 2 Gatling turrets, which have all been fully connected up around here. Yeah, we've got a nice bit of protection on here, and that just about covers the outside. There's not too much to talk about. It's going to be more when we go the interior. So pressing F6 and coming all the way down to our mail slot, I swear I just saw a meteor somewhere, which is going to come all the way down to here and come in through here. We can go on the wings, but I much prefer starting at the very bottom. So over here at our hangar door, we do have a button that sits around here that allows us to manually open and close it. And on the inside around here, we've got another button to open and close it. So let's just close this up. There we are, we'll get nice and dark in here. There is a seat much further up in the ship which can control this door if you wanted to. It's always nice to have a manual button there. So this is the interior. It's quite a large hangar. You can fit some fairly sizey ships in here. If I just come and bring the Dex Fighter, because it's one of the best represented ships, I think, for these types of hangars. Once the game has stopped freezing up, there we go, it's now going to spawn in. We're just going to tilt this around and just plop it down there. So that is the size of the Dex Fighter compared to the hangar, so we can fit quite a few of these inside this ship. So let's just go and get rid of that and continue on. So coming to the back of this hangar, we've got two ways where we can go and they both lead to the same area. So we come through this door here, or this door over here. So that door's open because I've been checking out this ship beforehand, so we'll come through this door instead. So these doors, and like most doors on the ship, will be a double door for a special airlock, and then we've got a ladder to go all the way up. So coming over to here, we then got another double door. Coming all the way around, and through here there was a projector that was projecting this current ship, so if I just come around to here, find a panel, there we go, and switch that on, it should start projecting the ship eventually. There we go. So it's just projecting a copy of itself, but I turned it off for performance purposes. So let's just switch that off once again. So all the way around this room, we've got a bunch of windows and different floors for you to go up. There's not too much to talk about in this room, because all the actual stuff to interact with is on that side right there in the forms of stores and contract vendors. There is a door on the opposite side that will take us back down to the hangar, and then we've got a doorway in here which will then take us further into the ship. So around here we've got a nice little area for you to decorate yourself if you want to. Perhaps you could take some corner chairs, but you come around to here and find one of these. You just go and plop some chairs around if you wanted to do that, make a nice little living quarters. There we go, we've got some chairs in there, a few chairs there, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. So as we travel up to the next floor, we come up these ramps, and there are a lot of ramps leading up to all the floors. This is going to get very repetitive very quickly. So this is our first floor, where we've got a bunch of stores for you to set up and sell your goods to any travelers or people living on this ship. And it's the same on this side. We can walk all the way around to here, but like I said, there isn't too much to talk about because it is just a walkway all the way around. So there we go. Then coming back around to here, we've got another ramp that leads all the way up, and this will take us to our stores once again. And then we've got another empty room all the way around the side. Moving on up to the next floor will take us to our contract vendors. Here they are, all going around the room, exactly like the floor below. Then continue to go all the way around up to here. We'll have a few more ways to go. So we've got some steps going up, but this time we have a doorway to open up and go to some different places. Now, through here is a bit of a fixer-upper job, where there's not too much going on other than a bunch of conveyors and a few air vents. So this is another place where you could just come along and start tearing stuff down and putting stuff you want in, like having additional rooms in here, having refineries, some more assemblers, some more O2H2 generators, whatever you wanted to put in here, you could do. In fact, if you wanted to go even further with this ship, you can start tearing down some of these walls and have smaller hangars on the sides. Yes, just walking around here, there's not too much to talk about. Like I said, it's just a bunch of conveyors and air vents. But we can come down to this bit right here, where we've got a sneaky little hole that takes us even further into the ship, where we've got some more air vents. Now around here is where I'm going to get very lost very quickly, because it's going to start to look the same. So there we go, some more air vents, some more conveyors, and then we've got a small little tunnel part in here. So you could use this for large cargo containers if you needed some more cargo space. So walking all the way around to here, I think I've got lost once again. Yes, I have. There's lots of little hidey holes everywhere. I think I need to be round to here. Yes, I do. So coming back through this door, we can go to the next floor up, which then have an open door to our kind of like hotel rooms, but not quite hotel rooms, like private rooms, although your crew will be sleeping on a floor above. So opening up this door, got a sofa, planter, toilet, cryopod, desk, and a cooker. So you could have one person sleeping in here. Perhaps it could be a hotel guest, or it could be one of your favorite employees, get preferential treatment and get to sleep in here rather than the bunk rooms above us. So all the rooms in here are basically the same, where they have the same setup. They just go around the outside like so. Then coming back through this door, we've got to move on up the ship, where we come around once again. And then we've got a slightly different story. Instead of them having a door, another floor here, we continue going up. So all the way around like so. And around. And around. And around once again. We'll eventually get to a spot where we can go see some more stuff. So past an air vent. Round to here. Here we are. So we've got an interior turret, so if you made it this far as an enemy, you're going to be thwarted. But we do have a doorway which we can open up and come through, which will lead us to our reactor bay and power generation. and all that. So we've got some large reactors right here. We've got plenty of spotlights to give this room a nice glorious glow. It is quite a shame that the rest of the rooms on this ship don't have such lighting effects, but still it's not my design and you can always change it if you wanted to. So yes, we've got air vents, we've got conveyors, assemblers, and there should be some refinery, although I think that is on the floor above. There's our hydrogen engines, large hydrogen tanks that go down a few floors, past the purple stripe, round here, past all this. We then got ourselves a refinery right here with some modules on them. And then coming around to here, past these large reactors, we then have the exact same story. There is our large cargo containers, and we do have a survival kit on here, so if you needed a quick recharge, you don't have to go down to a lower floor or a floor above you. So yes, that is pretty much that room. And then we can come through this doorway right here, which will then take us to our wing, which is an alternative way of getting in and out, or you could use it as an emergency escape room. They're just coming back through here and back to the door. That door over there would lead to the other wing, so I won't bother going out, and we can continue going on up. So coming all the way around once again, because we're going around the interior loads and loads of times. And we'll eventually get to another doorway right here. So this doorway has got 3 interior turrets to blast you, and another ramp that will lead us further up into the ship. So into this is our battle meeting room that we could not see from the outside. We've got a table with 2 projector tables on there. We've got some more interior turrets to encourage your employees. We then have our mighty Emperor's seat that sits up there and overviews everything. We then got some lockers, we've got some oxygen tanks, oxygen vents, and a control seat with some LCD screens in front of you. This control seat is how we're going to fly the ship, if you wanted to, and a button to manually control the hangars down there. I'll come back to this room later on when we do the thruster test. So just coming around up to here, this is what our Emperor or God Emperor will see when he's commanding you. He can look down at all his generals and stuff and the pilot. But yeah, that is it for that room. So coming back through here, we got to go, guess what, even further up this ship. Going all the way around once again. We'll eventually get to some cryopod rooms, which should be the next floor up if I remember correctly. So coming through here, we've got a interior turret to greet you once again, and a door left and right. So coming through the left door, we've got a bunch of armory lockers, a proper medical bay to respawn on, air vents, and these are your crew beds. So like I said before, the beds below us seem to be like for guests or your favorite employees, and this is for the general riffraff employee to go and spend their life in. We've got toilets that go all the way around the outside with a doorway in between them, like so. Lots of lockers, lots and lots of beds. And through here we've got our little tables, our meeting tables, and our cookers to cook your food in. It's very nice. And this is our window, a double window to view outside. So coming back through here, there were 2 more doors to go through. So through this door over here, we then have our armory locker room. And then it'll be the same on the opposite side. So I'll continue heading on up this ship. So coming around to here, all the way around. Once again, we come to another junction. So through this doorway over here and opening that up, we'll then come to a giant drop off down here. If I turn off my light, it's going to get very dark in here. So this is another fixer-upper room for you to do whatever with. Perhaps you can turn it into some more sleeping quarters, another hangar, or another place to put some more refineries, some more power generation. It's entirely up to you. It's the same on the opposite side. Coming around and going further up the ship, down to here, we've got some more doorways which we can go through. So through this doorway, we come to another proper living quarter that contains a safe zone. So if you did want this to be a permanent trade station, you could do. Got another little desk around here with a projector table. We've got a corner sofa, a little access point down there. We've got some air vents. Nice lot of lighting in here so you don't have to have your lights turned on. Yes, there we are. So that door on the opposite side of our little rampway. So through here, we'll just lead through to the same room. And then we can come through this doorway over here to our CEO's office, where we can view outside, have a little argument about your pay, and all that. A little button over here that doesn't currently do anything. So I'm just going to leave that for now and come back through here where we go further up this ship. So going all the way around once again, I'll put my light back on so you can see it, and hopefully it doesn't become too distorted due to YouTube's encoding. all the way around. Here we are, this should be the cryopod. Yes it is, look at the frame rate drop when I step in here. Oh dear, that's a lot of prisoners to collect, or for your employees to recharge up. Yes, there we are, we've got little access points down here, plenty of cryopods to get in and out of, and it's a well lit room. So coming around to here and going further up, we should come to another cryopod room around here. Opening that up, there we are once again. Going further up this ship all the way around, we can open this up from through here, but we've got a very odd room. I'm not too sure what this room actually is. It looks something like it was from Halo, like red team versus blue team. You come in here and do a bit of combat training, but we can walk around here, bunch of air vents. This is like the red zone spawn, where you can just come around, hop through here, perhaps do some sniping down there against blue team. Around to here. Onto the blue side, got the exact same story. Yes, I'm not too sure what this is. It's quite a nifty little room if you want to do a quick PvP match with someone. Anyway, coming through this door, which is slightly above where we just were, we do have a survival kit to respawn on to make sure you can't get spawn camped. And if I come down to here, that is where we just came through. So heading on back up through the ship, we come to a ominous yellow door, which means we're at the very top of the ship and we can go no further. This room is to overview the action down there to see who is cheating and who is overperforming. So now it's time to go all the way back down to that control seat to do a quick little thruster test. And here we are, so getting into the control seat, this is our view. We cannot see straight forward because of the LCD screens over there, but perhaps if you had a mod, I think there's a mod to do that, you could use those LCD screens to view outside. But anyway, with the only option on our hotbar to open and close the hangar, it's time to actually do the thruster test. So going forwards, we are exceptionally slow. Stopping, again, we are exceptionally slow because the thrusters are well balanced all the way around the outside, so I don't expect any kind of oddities with this ship. Going left, we are even slower, and going right, we're exactly the same speed, so very slow. Going down, we are, well, still quite slow, but not as slow as going forwards or back or left and right. And going up, again, it's like going down, nowhere near as bad as forwards and backwards, or left and right. Wiggling my mouse around, we do have a surprising amount of control on here. It's not much, but it is enough to make up for its lack of thrust. That, anyway, is it for the DR Titan. I've looked at the outside, I've gone around the interior, so there's only one thing to do, and that is to say hello to the asteroid with my face. So it's a rather interesting ship. It's quite bare-boned. A lot of it could be resolved by using some mods here and there, such as the elevator mods, and it could be fleshed out a lot via some decorations and perhaps put a lot of the emptiness inside it to good use with some more hangars, some more living quarters, recreation areas, whatever you wanted. And here we go, we're now closing in on this asteroid over here. We've got up to 45 meters per second, been quite a long time to reach that type of speed, but we should end this with a nice big crash. So here we go. We're just going to very slowly hit it. I have a feeling we're just going to bounce into it. I don't think there's going to be too much of a big crash. In fact, we're a little bit off. And there we go. Look at the frame rate go. We are sort of melting into it, but I'm going to try reversing now and see what we've done. And there we are. We have done basically no damage to the DR Titan. It's very interesting. And that is it for the DR Titan. It's a very odd looking ship with a lot of room in there for you to decorate and do whatever you want with. So it'll be in the description below if you wish to download and play around with it yourself, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.